Calaroga Shark Media.
Hello and welcome to Palace Intrigue. I am your host, Mark Francis. An investigation is set to take place after reports emerged of a Buckingham Palace staff member being arrested following an incident at a bar after a Christmas gathering. According to a palace spokesperson, the individual, believed to be a housemaid, allegedly punched a manager and smashed glasses during the altercation. The Metropolitan Police were called to all Bar 1, where a 40-year-old woman was arrested on suspicion of common assault, criminal damage, and being drunk and disorderly. She was later released with a penalty notice for the disorder. A palace spokesperson clarified that the event in question was an informal social gathering attended by household staff and an early evening reception at the palace, not an official Christmas party. A suspected Chinese spy with alleged close ties to Prince Andrew has been banned from entering the UK due to national security concerns. The individual, identified only as H6 and described as a 50-year-old man, was stopped from boarding a flight from Beijing to London in February of 2023. The decision to exclude him was made by former Home Secretary Suella Braverman, who cited his involvement in covert and deceptive activity. According to a court ruling, H6 formed a bond with Andrew during the period of the Jeffrey Epstein trial, a time when the prince was under considerable pressure and could be expected to value H6's loyal support. Evidence retrieved from H6's phone included talking points for a call with Andrew, which suggested the prince was in a desperate situation and will grab onto anything. In his first public statement on the matter, Prince Andrew insisted he had ceased all contact with the alleged spy once concerns were raised, adding that nothing of a sensitive nature had ever been discussed. The Duke's office stated, "The Duke of York followed advice from HMG, Her Majesty's government, and ceased all contact with the individual after concerns were raised. The Duke met the individual through official channels with nothing of a sensitive nature ever discussed. He is unable to comment further on matters relating to national security." H6, described as a close confidant of the Duke in court documents, was reportedly invited into Buckingham Palace on 2 occasions and attended other royal functions, including one at Windsor Castle. The alleged spy had been closely involved with Pitchett Palace's operations in China, a venture Prince Andrew launched in 2016 as a profit-making extension of his UK-based not-for-profit initiative. H6 was reportedly given authority to act on the Duke's behalf when engaging with Chinese investors and was even invited to his 60th birthday party in 2020. MI5 is now investigating money linked to H6 and Prince Andrew's Chinese ventures, as the security agency warns that the United Front Work Department, an arm of the Chinese Communist Party, has been actively engaging in covert and deceptive activity to gain influence in the West. One Whitehall source explained, "The UFWD does influence. This is much more than just a gathering sensitive information." The Chinese embassy has denied the allegations, dismissing them as spy stories intended to smear China. A spokesperson stated, "Some people in the UK are so keen on making up all kinds of spy stories against China. This again is a typical case of thief crying, catch thief. Their purpose is to smear China and sabotage normal people-to-people exchanges between China and the UK. We strongly condemn this." A source with expertise in security told the Mirror, "The access this person would have had could have produced what China would view as a goldmine of information. Intelligence reporting on the prince himself would have been of interest, perhaps producing telephone numbers, addresses, dates of forthcoming events, and facts regarding his business and financial vulnerabilities. But crucially, it would be about access to who he knows. In certain settings, the prince and his associates would have let their guard down lower than usual, and this would have provided crucial access to powerful people. This means political and commercial targets of very high value may have been identified over a period of time and noted for future operations. And this person may have been able physically to get more people into the network, bringing in more intelligence officers to do more serious spying." H6 brought his case to the Special Immigration Appeals Commission, set up to consider appeals against bans from the country on national security or related grounds. Andrew was reportedly not invited to Kate's Christmas concert. The Daily Mail reported that suggestions of Andrew attending, perhaps tucked behind a pillar, were firmly declined. King Charles is said to be exasperated by the whole thing. More Palace in just a moment. King Charles has given his royal endorsement to the growing trend of Christmas carol flash mobs that have been bringing festive spirits to towns and cities across the UK and Ireland. The Shine Your Light campaign, which encourages churches from various traditions to bring carols and nativity performances into public spaces like high streets, shopping centres and town halls, has received the King's warmest good wishes. Praising the campaign's efforts to unite different denominations, Charles expressed his admiration and wished participants every success. This year's goal is ambitious. The organisers hope to involve 100,000 people, spreading Christmas cheer in streets, workplaces and other community spaces. Last year, over 75,000 participants from more than 700 churches joined the initiative, reaching thousands with the message of Christmas. Support for Shine Your Light has poured in from across the political aisle. Labour MP Marsha de Cordova, who also serves as the second Church Estates Commissioner, thanked community members hosting these events, emphasising the importance of spreading joy this Christmas. Conservative Party co-chairman Nigel Huddleston similarly applauded the campaign, highlighting how carols in public places will bring the festive message up to 1 million people. Jonathan Oloade, the convener of the National Day of Prayer and Worship, which spearheads the campaign, was thrilled by the King's recognition. To see Christians publicly recognised for taking the true message of Christmas into our communities by His Majesty the King is such an encouragement. During a visit with military families, Prince William shared a personal tidbit about his recent at-home viewing habits. According to The Telegraph, the Prince revealed that he and Kate have been watching Black Doves, a popular new Netflix thriller. Black Doves stars Keira Knightley as Helen, a spy working for the covert Black Doves organisation. Helen has been living undercover for years, married to a British politician. But when her lover is murdered, she embarks on a thrilling journey of revenge. As her quest for justice intensifies, it threatens to unravel the carefully constructed life she's been living. The gripping premise and strong performances have already made it a hit, renewed for a second season. And there you have it. If you'd like to email us, our address is thepalacintrigue@gmail.com. Please follow us on Spotify, Apple, or the app of your choice, and write a review or leave us 5 stars if you're enjoying the show. Don't forget you can get this show along with hundreds of others from Kelleroga Shark Media, commercial free. It's just $4.99 a month. Hey, buy it for someone you love for Christmas. I'm Mark Francis. My thanks to John McDermott. This is Palace Intrigue and good times.